That wasn't... Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Blues Fans TV for yet another live match review by myself, this time of the FA Cup, of the 5th round of the FA Cup, as Chelsea somehow managed to scrape past Barnsley to qualify for the quarter-final of the FA Cup. And hey, let's not hide ourselves, let's not kid ourselves. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't bloody pretty, but people do love to underestimate a lower league side opposition. And that wasn't easy today. That definitely wasn't easy today. And we were awful, absolutely dreadful in the first half. But in the end, with Thomas Tuchel's changes and Tammy Abraham stepping up on both sides of the pitch, we managed to qualify through to the quarterfinals. Of course, that's all we're going to talk about today. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. That'd be brilliant. Smash the like button and subscribe to my personal channel. If you just click the @ in the title, takes you directly to my channel where I'll be doing a player ratings live stream straight after this one. But before I get into anything else, let me shout out the sponsors of today's video, One Football. And if you don't know, One Football, like, you know, they're one of the best football apps out there. They really, really are. And, you know, like the name suggests, it's just a football app where you get all the latest news from pretty much every single team all around the world. And that's transfer news as well as live score updates, lineups, you know, everything you could possibly need. Honestly, I use it all the bloody time. And you can get all of the news straight to your phone, including all the transfer rumors, especially with this cool indicator light that shows the likelihood of a certain transfer happening. Of course, the January transfer window has shut, but there's been plenty of rumors going about for the summer window already. So, you know, use the indicator light for that for sure. And you can pick multiple different favorite teams and leagues all around the world and get all the live score updates straight to your phone. And of course, all the other news as well, all in one app. And it's honestly just a brilliant app. I can only recommend downloading it. I can only recommend using it. And if you want to download it, do so with the link down in the description below. It is the first link down in the description. We really appreciate them sponsoring us. And like I said, it's just a really good app that honestly everyone should have, quite frankly. So go down below, download the One Football app with our link right now. And again, thank you to them for sponsoring us. But let's get into today's review. Because we definitely need to talk about a few things. And how about we start with the lineup? And this was the lineup we went with. Some surprises in there, definitely some surprises in there. And if you are on Twitter, by the way, follow me on Twitter and follow Blues Fans TV on Twitter. All the links are down in the description below. You know, we weren't quite sure, is this a 4-2-3-1? Is it a 3-4-3? What on earth is this? Because, of course, yeah, we saw Kepa in goal. We knew that was going to happen. But then the first name there was Emerson. which usually would suggest he's a right back. But clearly the graphics guy of Chelsea just didn't know what the actual formation was going to be and thought he would be a right back. Well, actually, he turned out to be the left-sided centre-back in a back three, as we remained with the 3-4-2-1 system that we have been using in all of Thomas Tuchel's previous 4 games, although we did change it to a 3-4-1-2 at some stages. But the back three was Zuma as the central of the 3 centre-backs. Then Andreas Christensen as the right side of the 3 centre-backs, and Emerson Palmieri as the left side of the 3 centre-backs, with Callum Hudson-Odoi coming back into the side as the right wing-back, as he has featured in a few times already this season. While Marcus Alonso stayed as the right wing-back, left wing-back, and then the 2 central midfielders. What changed compared to the last few games when it was always Kovacic and Jorginho? N'Golo Kante made his first start under Thomas Tuchel, as well as Billy Gilmour. While the front 3 were Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, and Tammy Abraham. That's what we went with today. And it was a tough game, honestly. We struggled so much. We struggled so much in that first half. Barnsley, first of all, they have a manager. I don't know what nationality he is. I do apologize for that. But he used to manage in the Austrian Bundesliga last season. And they already had a crazy good team there. Almost won the league against Red Bull Salzburg, which is an achievement in itself to them. Even though they didn't quite get there for various reasons, not actually sporting reasons. But he's a good manager. And, Barnsley have been building on this for a long time. Barnsley have been building for this for a long time to press and press and press and press. And they were really good at the pressing. They were really, really good at the pressing. You could see in our team that these players hadn't played together much, if at all, ever. You could really see it. Obviously, we also somewhat struggled with the pitch there. We also, had the disadvantage, shall we say, that Barnsley's last game was suspended or cancelled or postponed, whatever you want to call it, due to the bad pitch conditions. Don't know if the pitch significantly improved since then. But anyways, they had 12 days off before this game, so they look certainly fresher. And this is no excuse. Our team should have looked fresher because none of these players have played so far this season, really, or recently anyway. But, it does make it easier for them with their style of football to make things happen. But anyways, at the end of the day, you have to say Thomas Tuchel got it bloody wrong in the first half, because we couldn't get past their press to save our lives. We could not get past their press. We had all of their possession. Even just before halftime, I checked, and it was 72% of the ball that we had. But I reckon at least 50% of those 72 was within our 2 centre-backs and the goalkeeper, our 3 centre-backs and the goalkeeper. That's honestly all where we had the ball. And then sometimes we tried to punt it long, and that didn't work. And then sometimes we tried to play it to the midfielders, to Kante, to Gilmour. They lost the ball immediately. We tried to play it to the wing-backs. They lost the ball immediately. And there was no movement. The only guy doing anything up top was Tammy Abraham. He was trying his socks off. Not all the time he was trying, doing that well, but at least he was bloody trying. While, for example, Hakim Ziyech had a poor game. Christian Pulisic, he barely realised he was on the pitch. And, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It really wasn't good by a lot of these players, and Barnsley were all over us. And fair play to them. Of course, I'm very happy we're through to the quarterfinal. And by the way, the draw for the next round of the FA Cup did already take place just before we kicked off. And we will now, in the next round, face Sheffield United. The only lower league side opposition that was left in the competition was Bournemouth. But as we know from Chelsea, usually we actually struggle a lot when we play Bournemouth, so probably a good thing that we were actually drawn against Sheffield United. So definitely a beatable situation. If we beat Sheffield United, we're already at Wembley in the semi-final. So, we're not that far off. Just 3 more wins off winning a trophy, which of course would be sick. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, please be sure to smash that like button right now. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Help us reach to 125,000 subscribers as soon as bloody possible. And subscribe to my personal channel. The @ in the title, Laurent Vescoli, is my name, is my channel's name. Just click the @ it takes you straight to my channel, and I will be doing a player ratings live stream straight after this one over there. So if you don't leave here, and once I leave here, just head over there. That'd be sick. But let's talk through a bit more of the game. Let's talk through a few of the performances, because we struggle. I'm telling you, we could not get the ball past the halfway line. And that goes for really our whole back 5, with maybe the exception of Callum Hudson-Odoi, who did okay. But all the others, first of all, all we did was try to play on our right-hand side. The left side was completely useless. Alonso barely saw the ball. Pulisic barely saw the ball. We did nothing on that side. All of it was down the right side. And we struggled so bloody much with it. It's crazy, honestly. And I don't remember how long into the game it was, but very early, Barnsley created a very good chance. Their wing-back, I think Britton or whatever his name is, really made Callum Hudson-Odoi look like a bit of a mug with a Ronaldo chop, if you want to call it that. Put the ball into the box. They got the header, got on the end of the ball with the header, and Kepa actually pulled off an incredible save to keep it at 0-0 very early in the game. I know Kepa made a bit of a howler that Tammy had to kind of, dig him out of, but still, that save from Kepa Arrizabalaga was bloody brilliant. Was very, very good. And other than that, yeah, Barnsley didn't really create like crazy amounts. But what I will say, what did happen in the first half is Tammy Abraham was fouled in the Barnsley box and the penalty wasn't given. The referee got it wrong. And in any lower league side stadiums, there is no VAR in the FA Cup. I don't really know how that ruling works. How can a competition be fair if in some games you have VAR and in some other games you don't have VAR? Not 100% sure how that works, how that's fair. A bit confused by it, quite frankly. But, you know, at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. The penalty wasn't given when it should have been. But other than that, our first half was dreadful. Was honestly dreadful. We didn't have a single shot on target. We couldn't get past anything. And Barnsley were definitely a better team. And just before halftime, they again almost made it 1-0. This time, a shot from one of their players was actually deflected by another one of their players. And that shot was looking to go in. Because it was from close distance. I don't think Kepa would have had the reaction to actually save us or save it. And then thankfully it was, you know, deflected wide and went out for a goal kick because it took a deflection of their own player. That was then half time. And I was like, okay, Tuchel needs to change something here. He absolutely needs to change something. I was of the belief taking Kante off because I thought it was really poor, especially in the first half. That's not what he did. What he did instead was finally changing it to a forward-back formation, which I've been craving to see under him for ages anyway. And, you know, he made 2 substitutions and brought Antonio Rüdiger on for Andreas Christensen. Not 100% sure why that was necessary, but fair enough. Maybe he wasn't happy with Christensen's first half performance, even though, yeah, he wasn't great, but neither were any of the other 2 centre-backs, to be honest, in my opinion. So I hope. But he also brought on Reece James for Marcus Alonso, meaning we changed from the 3-4-2-1 to a 4-3-3, to pretty much Lampard's 4-3-3, or if you will, Tuchel's 4-3-3 that he used very often at PSG. Then we had Reece James at right back, Antonio Rüdiger as the right side of centre back, Kurt Zouma as the left side of centre back, and Emerson Palmieri as the left back. Got a Kante as the sole DM that very often in the build-up dropped between the 2 centre backs to create a back 3 in the build-up. And then 2 number 8s in Hakim Ziyech and Billy Gilmore, and then a front 3 of Christian Pulisic on the right, Callum Hudson-Odoi on the left, and Tammy Abraham up front. And at least that finally started to get things going. And in the 64th minute, we finally bloody scored. We had a moment or 2 before that when Callum Hudson-Odoi tried to break through all by himself, which was already better than anything we'd done before that, quite frankly. And then we had one moment where Tammy and Billy Gilmore just had a bad misunderstanding where we could have done a lot more out of it. Tammy moving out wide when probably he should have left that for Billy and gone into the middle instead. But also, why was Christian Pulisic not on the wing? Don't really know. Tammy tried to backheel it back to Billy, overhit it. Billy didn't expect it. Lost the ball. But then in the 64th minute, we finally did score through Tammy Abraham. A lovely piece of build-up play through Billy Gilmore, who played the ball out wide to the right-hand side to Reece James, who then cut the ball into the middle with a low cross to Tammy Abraham. And all the commentators say, oh, he's offside at the first angle. It might have looked a little bit offside. I said straight away, are we sure? I think, if anything, maybe his knee was off, but other than that, I think he was well on, personally. And then in the end, they obviously showed a good angle, which was very obvious that Tammy Abraham was well onside, well behind the ball, which of course is what counts. Doesn't matter where Reece James is, you have to be behind the ball in that situation. Reece James squared it to Tammy Abraham. He tapped it in from very close range, made it 1-0. And you would have hoped it made it a bit more comfortable because changing to the 4-3-3 made it more comfortable. Barnsley stopped pressing. They were clearly scared to press a little bit in that system. You know, you could see their manager at halftime, Ismail, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his name. I do apologize. You could clearly see that he was trying to adapt once we had made our changes to obviously change their system slightly. But yeah, we had a lot more control of the game. They didn't press us as crazy anymore. We didn't lose the ball consistently anymore. We still had a few bad spells in there where we lost the ball all the bloody time and, you know, they got kind of close. But in general, we had a lot more control. We finally got that goal. Brilliant. After that, it got a bit nervy again. You know, even before that, we had some moments and got a counter with some stupid misplaced passes, honestly, all over the shop. And then again, not being able to get past that little bit of a press that they had in certain occasions in the second half. But then the last few minutes, we did make some subs. Oops, accidentally turned the light on my phone. Not what I intended to do. We made some more subs in the second half as far as Tino Andrin, or Tino Andrin as he's more usually called, came on for Hakim Ziyech to replace him in that number 8 role, and in which he looked really good. I was very happy with Tino there. He looked strong. He looked good on the ball. He looked energized. He looked motivated. All things that Hakim Ziyech didn't look like today. I'm not sure whether he's like, you know, bro, I'm from Morocco. I'm the wizard. Why am I playing in this dreadful stadium on this dreadful really, really cold nights up in Barnsley on this dreadful pitch. Why am I doing that? That's what he came across like today. I know he always looks a bit like that, but today also he played a bit like that, and I didn't quite enjoy it. And considering he recently said the Premier League hasn't seen the real Hakim's ears yet, well, I'm bloody hoping it happens soon, because, okay, it was the Premier League today, but that better not have been the real Hakim's ears, because I didn't enjoy that. Didn't enjoy that. And then we made a fourth substitution in the 80th minute as Mateo Kovacic came on for Christian Pulisic, changing it. Well, not really actually changing the system. We just stuck to a 4-3-3, although it became a bit more of a flat 4-3-3 towards the end. And Tino Andrew was pushed out to the wing. But yeah, we did somehow manage to, hold on, even though a few set pieces by Barnsley have, kept us on the edge, or a few crosses, or a few just sloppy moments of defending. And the craziest one of those, I think it was a corner, might have been a free kick. I can't 100% remember. I do apologize, guys. But yeah, the ball was played into the box. Kepa tried to, punch it away. Didn't quite get there. Got a poor connection on it. It fell to the Barnsley player. He hit it. No goalkeeper in goal. And what happened? Big old Tammy Abraham on the goal line, not just scoring on the other end a few minutes before that, also clearing it off our goal line to keep the clean sheet, to keep, the 1-0 lead intact, to keep the lead intact and put us through to the quarterfinal. Huge from Tammy Abraham. And as much as some people don't rate him, and as much as some people don't think he's that good, he was one of our best players today. He scored the goal, kept the clean sheet, and basically him and Thomas Tuchel's halftime changes were the reasons why we won today. So big up to yourself, Tammy Abraham. Big up to yourself. Very, 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 very big. Of course, guys, if you have anything to add, you want me to talk about, you want me to discuss, any questions, any statements, first of all, if you want to make sure that I see it, use the super chat function. And otherwise, just put it in the chat, and if I will talk about the things that I see. And of course, again, like I said, please be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. We would love to hit 125,000 subscribers as soon as bloody possible. So if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. Would cheer us all up even more than getting through to the FA Cup quarterfinal already does. Smash the like button, helps us push these videos out to more people. And check out my personal channel. The link is in the title of this video. Just click the @Laurensvescli, like my name says down here. That's my channel where we'll be doing a player ratings live stream straight after this one. So just follow me over from this to there straight after that. Be bloody brilliant. Any news on Kai Havertz? I have the news on Kai Havertz that he's injured. That's the only piece of news we have. We knew that kind of yesterday already, because he wasn't pictured in training. So, if you followed me on my channel and checked out the preview over there, again, subscribe to my channel. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers as soon as bloody possible. So that'd be massively appreciated. But I do my previews and in-depth analysis videos today after, over there. And like I said, today I'm doing a player ratings video over there too. But yeah, I told you there, he wasn't pictured in training. So we were kind of very certain that he wasn't in training. And he wasn't in the squad today. He is still injured, as Nizar Kinsella of Goal.com reported, but wasn't 100% confirmed by Thomas Tuchel, because none of the journalists asked about it in yesterday's press conference, as silly as they are. Hopefully someone does after the game now or tomorrow in the Premier League press conference. Even though we only play on Monday, the press conference is still tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, what else do I have to add? I'm struggling. Let me say if someone put something in the chat. Rabar, great job, Lau. Love that from you. Sometimes you got to grind out results. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I couldn't agree more with this. Edwin saying, we need a world-class striker, simple as a creative deep line playmaker. It's clear to see. Bro, even if we had those players, they wouldn't have played today because it was the FA Cup. Like, you can't just say we need this and that. We have a lot of those things. Sometimes the striker, I agree with you. But, midfield was the least of our worries in the last 4 games under Tuchel. It was just today with Billy and Kante, especially in the first half. They were both absolutely shocking. And Kante, to be honest, had a genuinely really poor game. Yes, he had some good moments and got interceptions. He's got a Kante. I expect that. And Billy had a better second half, but in the first half, both of them struggled so bloody much. It's crazy. And in my opinion, we missed Timo's runs, work rate today. You're not wrong. There were runs in behind. Tammy made those runs, wasn't always found. But also, Timo Werner wasn't available today with the dead leg he picked up against Sheffield United. Anyway, he should be fit for Newcastle, but it wasn't a case of just fully resting him because he would have been fit. Probably could have forced it, but it was definitely better. It was definitely better the fact that he didn't feature today and wasn't on the pitch. Kante was solid for me, bro. Did you not see all the misplaced passes? Crazy. What do you think of Kepa's future after this performance? I think the performance was actually good. Yeah, he made one little mistake. But at the end of the day, every goalkeeper makes a little mistake somewhere. Yes, maybe he can't afford that at the moment, but I still think we need to give him credit for that save in the first half, because that was a huge save. There was a much bigger save than that was a mistake late on in the game. So I don't know really, what you really want to make out of it. It doesn't really change the situation. Edouard Mendy remains the number one, and Kepa, we will hope to find a loan or a permanent move for him in the summer, I strongly assume, no matter what Matt Law or Ground of Sky I want, quite frankly. Pulisic was nowhere to be found, yeah. Pulisic was nowhere to be found, and I will talk about that now. But we'll talk through a few of the performances. Obviously, like I said, I'm doing the player ratings live stream on my channel. Subscribe, check that out later. And we're going to a little bit more detail on that because obviously I don't want to keep this too long because obviously Lewis is doing his phone in later on here. Of course, check that out as well. But yeah, Kepa, like I said, he had a great save early on. Made a mistake after that, but in general, it was decent. This distribution was more often than not quite good too. Sometimes struggled because he punted the ball long when we were pressed crazy, and no one was kind of there to pick up those long balls. Christensen, I didn't think was that bad. He had a John Terry moment when he was lying on the ground trying to head the ball. Didn't quite get there, unlike John Terry, but still tried. Zuma, much better second half. Didn't really seem that comfortable in the first half, quite frankly. Rüdiger did decent when he came on. Did decent, did good. Emerson, I don't know. I mean, he didn't really do much in terms of build-up in the first half. No, Emerson was poor in the first half, decent in the second half, I would say, but nothing special. Nothing special because Barnsley didn't really use their right wing and our left side to really be attacked. So, that was a bit of a tough one. Reece James came on, of course, assisted, played well, gave a couple of silly fouls away in the second half that maybe he shouldn't have, but assisted the winning goal, so you can't really complain, and certainly gave us a different kind of outlet. I touched on Kante already, Billy Gilmour as well, but both of these guys, Kante still coming back from an injury, Billy Gilmour not having played so much, so you still have to let them off a little bit, and especially for the midfielders, the pitch didn't make it easier. And, as much as Barnsley obviously pressed us and were aggressive, they didn't have the ball much, right? They didn't have the ball much. And the less you have the ball, if the pitch is bad, the easier it is. Because if you try to play passing football and the ball, it's literally as bouncy as, I don't know what the best comparison is, but just as bouncy as the bloody beach or whatever. Like, good, solid on-the-ground passing does get more and more difficult. Hakan Ziyech just wasn't it today, bro. That wasn't it. His touches were poor. His back passes were poor. It looked lackadaisical. Barely any crosses or positive passes. Maybe one or two he tried in the first half that got intercepted. Just wasn't his game at all. I'm not saying, now don't play him ever again. Obviously not. But still, he definitely needs to improve if he wants to be a starter under Thomas Tuchel, because with a performance like that, he definitely won't be starting at Newcastle, in my opinion. Definitely will not. And kind of the same goes for Christian Pulisic. Of course, he's not really played a lot recently at all, with obviously minor niggles, and obviously he had family issues in the last game against Sheffield, hence why he wasn't in the squad. But he was invisible from top to bottom. You didn't even realize he was there, quite frankly. So that was not good. That was honestly not good and not fun. And, it's our team saying, I really wanted to see Lewis Bay today. So did I. And I think so did Thomas Tuchel. That's why I put him on the bench. And had we been 2 or 3 or 4-0 up, we might have seen him. But we weren't 2 or 3 or 4-0 up. We were just about 1-0 up and was scraping the win. And then up front, Tammy Abraham, did I miss a play on Marcus Alonso? I mean, I can't even say he was bad. Actually, had a few good defensive moments where he tracked back really well, tracked back their wing back, because Barnsley also lined up in the 3-4-3 system, at least in the first half. Didn't really pay too much attention to it. I'm sorry as to if they changed shape in the second half, obviously once we did. But yeah, they did in the first half. And Alonso had a few good defensive moments. Fair play to him. But going forward, he did absolutely nothing and should have done more. But Christian Pulisic had one moment when he, went on a bit of a run, played it wide to Hudson-Odoi, but also Pulisic overhit that a little bit and then made it more difficult for a cross for Callum Hudson-Odoi. And then Pulisic got on the end of that cross, but didn't get a good connection with it either. So Pulisic, other than that, you barely noticed Pulisic being there, quite frankly. He was just not good. He was honestly just not good. He just had a poor game. He just did. And Tammy got the goal. Yeah, he had that misunderstanding moment with Billy, but he also should have won us a penalty in the first half, a clear penalty that he did everything right for, but the referee just got wrong. Like horribly wrong. And then he scored the winner. I cleared the ball off the line to keep the clean sheet. I keep the win. Looks so pissed in his interview, does he? Okay, I will see that later. And who's spamming? Okay, VKO. If you're spamming, I will time you out. Give you a timeout, because we're not accepting the spam. Like I said, if you really want me to see your message, use the super chat function. Otherwise, you have to hope that I do see it. RGN saying the pitch, Lawrence, the pitch. No one could dribble, even if his life depended on it. True. So don't dribble then. Find a solution. Barnsley did, didn't they? So we needed to find a solution as well. That's why I chose the real top-class players to find solutions. Yeah, it makes it difficult for us, but we're not Arsenal Fan TV. We're not Thai. We're not going to use the pitch or the weather as an excuse. It don't work like that. And we have a first donation of the day. Love that from you, Noah, saying we were on the back foot for 90 minutes was a joke. I mean, I don't agree with that statement. Sorry, bro. I absolutely don't agree with that. We were on the back foot in the first half. Yes, even though then we should have had a penalty too. But in the second half, we were dominating them. Yes, we had 5 to 10 minute spells once or twice in the second half where they dominated us a little bit, plus the last few minutes. Obviously, we're 1-0 up and they're going to try everything to get a goal. You know, no matter who you are, you're not going to dominate a team if they're 1-0 down in the last few minutes in the FA Cup. Like, they've got nothing to lose, right? So I don't agree with that. But we were definitely on the back foot for the majority or almost all of the first half and in some parts of the second half. I mean, Barnsley is used to that pitch. That is true. They are used to that pitch. But still, it was so bad that their last game was even cancelled. So you can't really say it's that simple. Can we beat Atletico? What do you think, Lawrence? I think we can. I think we absolutely can. But I think it will be very difficult. Obviously, today's game shouldn't be anything to go by, really, because very few of the players that started today will start against Atletico Madrid. Pulisic, if he hits a bit of form, might be the only one, I reckon. And hopefully none of the centre-backs either, because Thiago Silva would hopefully be fit. Otherwise, probably Christensen. Obviously, Rüdiger and Reece James came on in the second half. Those will feature, but other than that, I don't think many of them will play against Atletico. I guess Kante. But other than that, nah. So, and Hudson-Odoi as well. It's a few players, I will say, but still, can't really talk too much into it. Got away with that one. Barnsley could have won it. They definitely could have. At least they could have taken it to extra time. That's for sure. Obviously, there was no replay game today, guys. So it would have gone to extra time with their penalties if necessary. They definitely could have taken it to that. They definitely would have taken it to that. Chelsea versus Sheffield United, the Emirates FA Cup quarter-final. Yes, thank you for that comment. Just touched on it already. Is Tuchel's interview already posted? Probably not posted, but live somewhere, isn't it? Ziyech made that amazing free kick that really got fluffed. Other than that, he was poor. I don't even think that was an amazing free kick, to be honest, because he didn't get that far enough and as far as he wanted. And Rüdiger had to really move back to get ahead on that at all. I think that was actually a good header back. Oh, yeah. I do apologize. Mr. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Again, probably our best player alongside Tammy Abraham. Other than the goal, probably better than Tammy Abraham and the clearance. But Hudson-Odoi tried his socks off. Tried his socks off as a right wing back. Tried his socks off as a left winger. The guy's doing well. Obviously got mugged off for the huge chance by Barnsley early in the first half and Kepa pulled off the great save. But other than that, he was good. Like Melinda said, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. And in just a few minutes, check out my player ratings live stream over on my channel. Just click the @ in the title, @Laurens Vescoli. I have to get rid of that. As you can see here, that's my YouTube channel. Subscribe today. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. I'll be doing a player rating stream over there with PIS in just a minute over there as well. Thanks for the support. Big up yourself, bro. Big up yourself. Good game from Hudson-Odoi, Tammy, and Kepa. Yeah, Kepa, other than a mistake late in the second half, obviously that wasn't good. Semi-finals, here we come. Let's not overdo it. First, we have to go beat Sheffield United. We know that the game against them last weekend, midweek? Last weekend? What day is it today? Thursday. So last weekend already wasn't easy. So let's not overdo it. Pulisic needs to be sold. All right, relax. All right, relax. We must do better, period. I mean, you're not wrong. But at the end of the day, so far we've been winning games. It's been 5 games under Thomas Tuchel, 1-0 draw that we should have won, and 4 wins. So you can't really complain that much. And we had a scrappy game. Absolutely, we had a scrappy game. But still, it wasn't that bad overall. I mean, it was pretty bad in the first half, but the second half was better. The second half was certainly better. And people sometimes need to understand that these championship teams are good. These championship teams are not bad teams. And I know we beat them 6-0 at Stamford Bridge earlier in the season. But that was because we just got 2 goals. Like, once you get 2 goals, it's a different scenario. If you only get 1, they're always going to make it difficult for you. And it was difficult for us against them early in that game at Stamford Bridge as well. And it makes a difference whether you're at home at Stamford Bridge or whether we're at their ground with the awful pitch and everything. That does make a little bit of a difference. And Sandy saying a win's a win, I'll take it. There you go. That's just me. Could Kepa become number 1? James, no, I don't think so. It's not happening. But, bro, still, stop spamming, guys. If you start spamming, I will mute you. It's as simple as that. Always going to have scrappy games, but if we can continue building momentum, then we can do some serious damage. I could not agree with that more by FO. Could not agree with that more. It's a very good statement. And let's just hope we can take the momentum so far so that we can beat the likes of Liverpool, Manchester United, and even Atletico Madrid, because then we're in for a real shout this season. Pulisic came back from an injury, but he wasn't injured recently, was he? Or was he? Let me just think. He wasn't injured recently. Or was he? I swear he's been back for a little while. It just hasn't featured for various different reasons. Yeah, no, he has been back for a while. He just wasn't involved in the Sheffield United game due to family issues. And before that, he just came off their bench. He hasn't been injured for a little while. But still, obviously, I'm not saying he's not bad. I'm just saying he had a bad game today. We have to say that as well. Sorry, bro. Appreciate it, VK. Appreciate it. It's all good. Tuchel's game management was lit. It was. The man changed it. The man saw, all right, I got it wrong in the first half. Changed it for the second half. Changed it to a 4-3-3 system compared to the 3-4-2-1. And things were coming up Millhouse. I loved it. I loved that part of it. Absolutely did. Hopefully, Werner will find... and Havertz find their form. Yeah, let's bloody hope so. But Havertz is, of course, still injured for the time being. Feel like Newcastle will be another scrappy win, another scrappy one. Well, as long as it's a scrappy win, I'll take it. That was awful. The first half definitely was awful. Tuchel learned a lot in this game. I'm sure he did. We won 6-0 because of Havertz masterclass. Maybe if you played, could have done it again. But to be fair, you're not wrong. Who knows? These games are never on anymore in America, are they not? Well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for you. Thoughts on us creating 4 big chances in 5 games in the Tuchel? Definitely something that we need to improve on. It's a good comment, Mario. I'm not sure whether that is true, but if it is, it's certainly something that we need to improve on. It certainly is something that we need to improve on and that needs to get better, but I'm confident that it will eventually. Hopefully somebody finds Havertz full stop. I mean, he's injured, so you can't really argue for that. Barnsley's pressing made it seem like they had 50 extra players on the pitch sometimes. It really did, and we struggled to get past it. And that their pitch made it much more difficult to get past the press because you punt it long, you're playing a bit of a lottery whether you're going to keep the ball or not. And if you try to keep it on the ground and pass your way out, which is the way we usually get out of pressing situations, with their pitch, that was extremely difficult. And goes to show how important VAR is. Wasn't able to stand the biased commentators. That's true. I didn't even watch the English commentators, but my commentators were extremely biased and wrong about literally everything they said as well. I mean, the guy said, this was Hakim Ziyech's first start on the Thomas Tuchel. I'm like, bro, the game hasn't even started and you're already waffling. It was crazy. It was honestly crazy. Fair play to Barnsley, yeah. See, Callum, that's a good comment. Fair play to Barnsley as well. We have to give them a little bit of credit too. We absolutely have to give them a little bit of credit too. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you have anything quick to add before I obviously end this live stream here, make sure you use the super chat function. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Help us hit 125,000 subscribers as soon as bloody possible. Smash the like button and follow me over to my channel. Subscribe there. Help me hit 10K subs there right away. But I will be doing a live player ratings live stream over there in a few minutes. So follow me over there. The link is just in the title. If you click my name, just click the @LaurensVescoli as it says down here, and you will be directed to my channel. Click the live stream there. I will be joining you over there in just a few minutes' time. So really do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Come back later for Lewis phone in. Of course, you have to check that out as well. It's always bloody brilliant. Again, that massive thank you to One Football for supporting us, for sponsoring this video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's another win. Up to Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.